It says boo. Spandex 10 months, forgot to resubscribe. Well, glad that you remembered. Welcome back, buddy. Appreciate you. I haven't changed too much about the Bant Valky deck lately, John. I still believe in that deck, but I know I didn't have a very good run with it earlier this week. Yeah, they're honestly, if they have the other leyline, if they have leyline of combustion, we're straight up that card is 0 mana win the game against this deck. 0 mana win the game. Maybe I should tell everybody how to beat this deck after I win a tournament this weekend. Any reason to run snow basics? If you hit a snow card off Ragavan, you'll want to have snow basics, and that feels particularly relevant against the Enchantress matchup where they play Antonice, and they have 2 creatures that they can't block Ragavan with. They have the O2 and tap for enchantments card, and then they have the 1/2 draw card Enchantress Lady. So it's pretty relevant in that specific matchup. So if you attack, you hit Antonice, you get to Antonice their guy. Not very relevant in any other current popular matchups, but it is also true that there really is not a big downside associated with not playing the snow basics. I might cast the Ozolith, we'll see. We get to Surveil. Probably won't be very relevant. Let's see, what do they have? They have 2 Snakeskin Veils. This card's pretty good in their deck. Should take this Ravager, I think. And then, do I want to cast the Ozolith? I think I will. We get to Surveil, and then it may come up with more cards we steal with Ragavan. Oh yeah, good. Yep, has some synergy with Tourach. Yeah, I think we just send with both of our creatures here, and they're gonna block the monkey, I assume. Then we just have another monkey. Matthias Litter got Spile. Can you send a link? They didn't block. That's a play. Is it too crazy to fit Seal of Fire? I think Seal of Fire would be fine in the deck, but it's just it's still just worse than the 4th Unholy Heat. And I would play the 4th Unholy Heat over the 1st Seal of Fire. I just don't think that there's room. But Unholy Heat, I don't think that Seal of Fire would be bad at all. I think it would be fine. Think Ragavan is better than a 4/4 trample for 1 mana? No, absolutely not. 4/4 trample for 1 mana would be too good. They found another Ravager. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to send in with Ragavan and maybe the Worker too. No, not the Worker yet. But we want them to block the monkey so we can escape Kroxa. Alright, now what we do is we play the 2nd monkey as a legend to get another card in the graveyard so we can escape Kroxa. Kind of shocked that my opponent just doesn't block Ragavan. Yeah, the upside of Ragavan being legendary, apparently. Did obviously die to Inkmoth, maybe. They also just didn't cast their Ozolith. I've been playing in some. I guess they're holding up Snakeskin Veil, I see. Their hand is exactly just 2 copies of Snakeskin, but some of my opponent's plays have been pretty sketchy today. 1 mana 3/4 too good? Yeah, too good. 1 mana creatures should. I think that 1 mana creatures should all die to Lightning Bolt in Modern. Nonetheless, they have Hexproof. I think that any 1 mana threat that just doesn't die to Lightning Bolt is probably a poor design for Modern. Oh, they discarded a Snakeskin, I see. And also, whenever we say 1 mana, it's just a vanilla. I think we should only be talking about vanilla cards, right? Because 1-mana cards that can be bigger after turn 1 are different, you know, like Hooting Mandrills, Mech Angler, Death Shadow. How does Kroxa feel with all the Delirium in the deck? Good. So like the idea is that you can surveil Kroxa into the graveyard, which is like really, really nice. It's like one of the most powerful things you can do. It's not really much of a tension. There's some tension, but also sometimes like you know, DRC does have a downside that you have to attack with it. It's come up a couple of times that we like escape Kroxa to turn off Delirium pre-combat. One time we Voidwalkered our opponent's Murktide Regent and then escaped Kroxa to trigger the Murktide Regent and make it a 7/7. It was awesome. Yeah, we also went turn 3 Karn for Void Mirror with Voidwalker today. It was crazy. We had Voidwalker on turn 2. We Lightning Bolted their Karn, the Great Creator. Against Tron, they also had O-Stone in play. They went Karn for O-Stone. We went Bolt their Karn, the Great Creator, cast Karn with Voidwalker, turn off their O-Stone, get a Void Mirror, put Void Mirror in play. It was just game over. You think Dimir Delver is possible using Murktide Regent and Dauthi as other treats? I know I'm playing for Dauthi in this deck. I feel like Dauthi is more of like it's Dauthi Voidwalker is less of just a great card to play and more of something that like fits like this deck's construction as a whole in the metagame. I'm not like of the opinion that you should just like be really jumping through too many hoops to play Voidwalker as one of your main threats. I think that a blue-black Delver deck with Murktide Regent is probably worse than the blue-red variant. Yeah, my live view of my opponent. Maybe this should be one of the new animated GIFs somehow. Just like the brainstorm thinking, we can have like swirling magic around for when our opponents go so deep in the tank. Yeah, it's also true. Yeah, if you're not playing Dimir Delver, you're not playing Dragon Rage's Channeler. And Dragon Rage's Channeler is, I think, the best card in Modern Horizons 2. I think that this is the best card in Modern Horizons 2. Better than Monkey, better than Urza Saga. Saga's very good though, but I think this is I think Channeler is just the card is just so absurd. The card is just so absurd. What about Dauthi and Tier F Mono Black Devotion? Sounds like Tier S Mono Black Devotion to me. Yeah, Channeler is better than Ragavan. Ragavan is better on turn 1 in most games, but overall, over the course of your games, Channeler I think is just so powerful. how does this just cast the cards in your hand? How is this like a 10-minute tank? I mean, I don't think we have too much to think about ourselves. Oh, we're actually pretty dead, right? We're trying Bob off Dauthi? Maybe. Voidwalker's pretty good at this matchup. I think we're dead to the Nexus next turn. I wonder if I could just like not cast anything here, not play a land to maybe think that I have something. Yeah, I might psych them out here. You think Toski Blade is still playable? Yeah, I've been playing a different version, a slightly different version. We played this 2 days ago that I thought was pretty good. So the idea here is that you can play main deck Sanctum Prelate, which I think is pretty good right now, and then Prismatic Ending as your 1-mana removal spell, and then you can just cast this X equals 2, and then Prelate on 1 doesn't turn off any of your cards. Obviously there's like a lot of wiggle room, and this maybe is not the best shell for that idea, but we played this the other day. We were like 7-3. That definitely felt playable. They still have Veil? No, they started their turn with 0 cards in their hand. They discarded 1 and then cast 1 the other turn. $18 out of 38 of our main deck non-land cards are from MH2. Good indicator of why the deck feels so good. Yeah, I like MH2 a lot as a set. Really not too much to complain about. I mean, I'm sure you guys will find a way to... actually, I have a lot to complain about, Spike. Oh, it's also true that, like, they should know that most of my removal is... like Lightning Bolt Unholy Heat, which also just doesn't get the job done here. Which deck would be tier 1 and MH2 block constructed? I don't know. I'm not gonna. Sorry, I pass on trying to figure that out. Let's go! We're probably still losing, but oh man, I love a good bluff. I love a good bluff. We have Kolaghan's command in our deck though. I love a good bluff. I don't think that we could win though. Yeah. Okay, we'll just go to game 2. But we had Alice, we had Kolaghan's command to draw. Now we have a lot of good sideboard cards here. I just love when a bluff pays off, you know. I know that some Scales players have been cutting Urza Saga. I think I'm gonna still play as if they have it in their deck. You cut the. Not gonna see Ragavan hit. I mean, they're gonna block Ragavan. Let's just not waste your time. Although I say that they didn't. There were a few turns there where they didn't block the Ragavan, huh? Maybe you're right. I feel like this is a good sideboard plan. This turns off their modular, which is pretty good. This still has other targets in their deck too, like Nexus. That's a good comment. I $ see that $1 reason not to play $ Saga. Squee gifted a sub to Arch. That's very nice of you, Squee. Appreciate ya. Wait, gifted 6 months? Gifted, is there a story here? Gifting, I just glazed over that. Yeah, Urza's $ Saga. Yeah. Life's too short to watch ads. True, you can avoid the ads by subscribing. Get right into the content without having to wait for that ad. Matchup is very good post-board with all these Shattering Sprees, Explosives, Alpine Moons. But you have to win like both games. It's a good sideboard plan. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this actually. Just so I don't forget. I feel like I've been doing something slightly different. I think I've been leaving in more Ragavans. Keep this. Hawkfeather, 11 months. Hope you're having a good day. Appreciate ya. Are you scared that Sabu earns from me, dog? The one time I don't stream dodge. I have no idea what my opponent's saying. I'm gonna play Blood Crypt on turn 1 in case I draw Voidwalker. Thank you for the feedback on that, Juliet. Anybody can translate for me. Is Toski no good in Banned Stoneblade? I was playing in Banned Stoneblade. I just pulled up a list. Might play some later today, but maybe just play this deck. I like Toski in those decks still. That's a boo earns from me, dog. The one time I don't stream dodge. Are you scared? Boo earns is a Simpsons reference. Of course it is. AG67, thank you for your subscription. Love to see a new subscriber. So we know they have a metallic mimic, so I'm gonna leave up removal for that. Yeah, I agree. I don't feel like my opponent's being like rude or salty. I feel like they're trying to banter, and I just don't understand what they're saying. I think it's correct to run less than 4 Ragavans. I have more and more 5 lists and go fish with 3, not sure. Play 4 Ragavans. Play 4 Ragavans. It's probably a price thing if there's only 3. Maybe in blue-red like 3 is better, but I don't think so, and I would recommend playing 4. This card's absurd. Like, they try to avoid streamers when you're queuing. It's fake viewing that they matched you. I see. I think that makes sense. I think that probably is what our opponent was saying, yeah. Look at me. I am the scales player now. Good with a Tourach. Ragavan is 90 in paper? Or a Magic Online? I bought a set of monkeys in paper. They haven't come in the mail yet. I got them for like 35. 90 in paper? Yeah. I got them for 35 like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I don't think that they are currently available for that price anymore. You think Snapcaster spawned banned Valkyrie? No, I don't. I think this with Brainstone as your cantrip, you just don't want to play Snap. Play a set borderless for 75. The borderless ones look good. I just have the regular ones. I really like that art is really good though. So my opponent probably has Snakeskin Veil. I'm gonna go ahead and still just trade a heat for that here. Opponent is almost gonna be down 10 minutes on the clock. I think I broke. Thank you for your subscription, buddy. I hope that you're not broke from your subscription. I'm gonna play this in the challenge tomorrow. I've played blue-red in like the last 2, and I did well in both of them, but I want to mix it up a bit. Endurance, wow, that's a card. I'm gonna play explosives on 2, pass. Fluffy jumping on the hype train, thanks buddy. Choo choo. And Akura gifted 5 subs, that's awesome, thanks buddy. You got a gifted sub in chat from somebody today, make sure you say thanks. I appreciate all you guys. I'm always so hyped when I build a good deck that's not a counterspell Archmage's Charm deck. Thanks, excited for all your success and your CFB. Me too, dude. I've been working really hard on the CFB stuff. Am I gonna Unholy Heat the Hangerback Walker? I guess so. I guess so. We can maybe like explosives on 0, which does kill our other explosives. We could just replay it. And you know, my opponent's life total we get to put them to 1, you know. Oh, whoops, hold on. Make sure I don't mess this up. Yeah, just putting them to 1 here seems like pretty good. We can maybe even find a ballista off of the Ragavan. Also cast Shattering Spree. Yeah, I think holding the Shattering Spree is good though. So I'm gonna cast explosives on 2 before they can have a window to Lantern.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Maybe it was better to Shattering Spree, I don't know. Both kind of seem fine, to be honest. We get to put 2 counters on the Lurrus here. It's pretty good. Yeah, we didn't see... I mean, if they have Lantern in their deck, Lantern is also more of an indicator that they're on Urza Saga. But we could maybe cut the Alpine Moons post-board. We'll think about it. I take a look at Decklist Bayou for either $5, or I also have a channel point redemption option that you can redeem. So they need to sack their Lantern here, right? One game two. Oh wait, I meant to have another copy of Unholy Heat in the deck. Hold on, it was a mistake not to have that there. I guess I'll cut 1 Alpine Moon. No, I don't edit my own CFB videos. Somebody else does. There's not too much editing, of course. Virtuous Orpheus, thank you for gifting a sub. So, wow, sorry, I can't pronounce the name, but thank you. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. Be right back. Okay, thank you for your patience, everybody. Oh, my opponent, who is a little behind on time, is Yo, eat a banana? What? I don't understand. I again get the sense my opponent's trying to banter. I hope that this is like a setup for a punchline. But if my opponent being 9 minutes behind on time, I don't think they have the privilege of complaining about me not being here. Let me go EE on 1 here, I think. I don't know, maybe we can hope for the best, right? From our opponent, because I know I recognize their username. I hope that they're not being rude. I just feel like it's like maybe like a language barrier and that they're trying to banter and it's just maybe, you know, falling a bit flat on my thick skull. I do have a potassium deficiency though. I haven't taken my supplement today. That's not a joke. Maybe a Ragavan joke? Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it really feels like a language barrier thing. Does he need value adding 1 or 2 for Tarfire? The problem is like with Lightning Bolt and Unholy Heat, like you just can't play too many more 1 mana red burn spells. I think 7 is like kind of the number you want game 1. You could play 8 maybe, but I would play the 4th Unholy Heat before I played the first Seal of Fire or the first Tarfire. I would play the Seal of Fire also first before Tarfire because it adds 1 type to your graveyard and it also is recurable by Lurrus. It's also something you can like just play like a little bit more proactively with Darcy, you know. I kind of like getting the Voidwalker down to stop their modular. Is there no consideration for Fatal Push? We had Fatal Push for a while in like the sideboard, but Unholy Heat is just better than Push. Unholy Heat is a better Fatal Push. Unholy Heat is a 1 mana Hero's Downfall. And we should maybe just be playing 4 in the main deck, but you know, like it's possible Unholy Heat is better than Lightning Bolt. It's very possible. Opponent, please. Our hand is definitely good against Scales, I'll say. Have I tried Prismatic Ending Ragavan deck? I've played Jeskai Stoneblade that plays both together. Both cards are very good, yeah. Yeah, they get a bad internet for sure. Level 4 Hype Train's crazy. Are there new emotes for the Hype Trains? Be cool if they have like the new animated ones. Oh, Doom already has animated emotes? Oh my gosh. He's so ahead of me. I'm gonna be working on trying to get some animated emotes probably Sunday, maybe Saturday night. I'm gonna look to like hire some people. Sunday's like my day off to like do production stuff, and like the last 3 Sundays it's like just been tech support. So we could get Snakeskin Veiled here. I'm just gonna pass. We could attack. We could go Inquisition the Veil and then maybe just Shattering Spree this turn. Big no thank you for the animated emotes. I appreciate the feedback. I mean, I really like them. I think that they're fun. But that is an interesting point, the fact that there's just no way to turn them off. Maybe that is a negative thing. A fair strategy, do you think that Thoughtseize is strictly better than Grief? Well, no card is strictly better than any other card, but yeah, I would not play Grief as a fair card. You can turn animations off if you want. That's good. I think that seems like a good solution if people, you know, are sensitive to them. Is taking Delirium for granted on Unholy Heat not dangerous? I don't understand the question. Is taking Delirium for granted on Unholy Heat not dangerous? I don't understand the question. Awesome. Well, that was a really wholesome moment. You mean some percentage of time on heat will be a shock? How often can you count to do 6? Very often. Delirium is very consistent in this deck. Or not, maybe when I say it, very consistent, it's like you get Delirium pretty often and pretty consistently. But also, like, a shock is not, you know, even a bad card in Modern. You know, there are not too many creatures with 3 toughness because of the existence of lightning bolts. So heat like usually kills like everything on turn 1 or turn 2 that bolts would. Yeah, but Delirium isn't free. Delirium, like, it you know, isn't always there, but especially with Darcy, you get Delirium pretty often. Opponent, please. Please, opponent. I have no, my opponent, I don't know. I feel like there's a language barrier. I feel like they're trying to banter. I feel like they maybe have bad internet. Yeah, the old 14-minute difference. It did kind of feel like maybe they were like upset that I like spent 1 minute going to the bathroom, but there's no way they can complain about that, right? They're being so behind on card time. I've tilted them, maybe. I don't know. I think we should, you know, not assume the worst until, you know, there's not a shadow of a doubt. I really feel like, especially in, you know, online circles, online gaming communities, people are really quick to like assume that like there's miscommunications due to language barriers. And there's like, you know, maybe some cultural differences, and someone is like trying to banter and it comes across in a rude way. And I think that, you know, it's maybe good to just assume the best of your opponent, you know. They're an underpaid actor now on strike, yeah, maybe. But it does feel bad as when you're streaming, right, to have an opponent who's playing so slowly. It always feels really bad, because, you know, I'm trying to put on a good stream, I'm trying to keep the energy up, I'm trying to keep the pace up, and when you have an opponent who, you know, it's obviously not always their fault, but it just feels bad for me. Wild Slash is a strictly better shock. Not if you care. Not if you have an effect in play that would like to have damage be prevented, or that is preventing damage. Which, you know, is maybe bad deck construction, but that would be the downside, right? It's the damage can't be prevented is symmetrical. Is banter a negative or positive word? Positive, it's like, I mean, it's banter would be like, banter is, you know, just like kind of friendly joking. When it says it'll cure your fears, a banana. Okay, well, I think I'm not gonna engage. Yeah. Banter equals ribbing is maybe not great to like. Maybe like a more explained definition is good. Yeah, just, you know, just friendly talking, friendly joking. Yeah, it does certainly feel like my opponent, since if they're typing in chat, it feels like they're just trying to waste the stream's time, if I'm being honest. You're obsessed with me, then ban me from chat, you puffy talking head. Yeesh. Well, We can no longer can the mods see if they're in the chat and ban them, and we can move on. I even like the entire time said nothing but like nice things about them, thinking that, like, you know, assuming the best possible, and all they're just trying to do is be as rude as they can be. And why isn't this match over? Their clock is at 0. I guess I'll actually just be reporting that after the stream, because that's just not, that has to be against something. There is, yeah, that's intentionally stalling, and then it's also like harassing, right? There's some degree of harassment there. But it should probably be filing a report, right? Because it is against TOS to just intentionally stall a game, which it really felt like that was the case if they're typing in chat. At the very least, they're being, you know, rude. Stream servers use different accounts. I mean, I've seen that Moto username a lot, though. I feel like that's their main account. It's funny, laugh about it. It's not funny. It is not funny. It's not funny for my opponent to spend 15 minutes wasting my time and 1,200 people's time. It's not fun. It's not funny. It's not a big deal, but it's also not funny. They're just trying to bother me, right? That's all it is. Nothing Fran, just somebody that like just didn't play the match of Magic, or they played games 1 and 2 and then just like stopped, and then we're typing some rude things in chat. But it's not funny, yeah. Yeah, it's not just my time they're wasting, it's all of your time, and it does hurt the stream when people do this, you know, which is their goal, of course. We have another Voidwalker on top. I think I'm gonna shuffle so I can just keep this now. It hurts the stream because when I need to keep things faster paced and need to keep people engaged. And when someone's just sitting there for 15 minutes, people are gonna leave the stream, you know? It's sad. Mr. Mose, thank you for your Twitch Prime subscription. Appreciate ya. Magus is the banana. Have a banana, a whole bunch. It doesn't matter what you had for lunch. This is enough for 1 kilograms of bananas in Switzerland. You have to pay for the trip yourself, though. Thankfully, they have bananas here in Texas, Magus. Thank you for your generous gift. Yeah, it's also like really bad for the YouTube videos too. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, MTGO is already like such a slow-paced game. It's difficult to keep like the dead air up, you know, or out of the way, and when you have like 15 minutes of nothing gameplay to talk about it, it's bad for the stream. Rakdos versus Jund, I see. Just ignore it. I mean, people say that as advice a lot, and I mean, I think that there is, you know, whenever like you as a viewer ask me to ignore something, I understand where you're coming from. I understand the advice you're trying to give, but I also think that, you know, it's bad for me mentally to sit here and just have to ignore bad behavior. I feel way better about things if I'm able to call out the bad behavior when I see it and try to ensure that it doesn't continue to happen. And you know, I think that is it makes me feel a lot better if I'm able to talk about it and not just feel like I have to sit here and ignore when people are shitty, you know, because I'm a person, and it's just too much to sit here and just take it and not vent when bad things happen, you know. Nathan82, thank you for your Twitch Prime subscription, appreciate ya. We're having a good one. So we kind of have a cool line we can take where we can discard our own Kroxa to Kolaghan's command. How do you feel about that? I feel pretty good about it. I wouldn't do this unless I was about to just if I wasn't able to just immediately escape it. Our opponent wants you to do this. I mean, I understand some argument to that too, but I just, you know, I'm just telling you that if I had to sit here and completely ignore behavior like this and just pretend like it's not existing and not address it, I would feel it would really not be good for me mentally. Evan gifting 50 subs, what the hell? This was not fishing. I don't know that I've ever had 50 gifted subs at once. That is crazy. Thank you, Evan. I appreciate you. Maybe I have had 50 gifted subs at once. I don't know. Bringing back the positivity. I appreciate that. And that's what is important, you know. Roburn, thank you for your 5-month resubscription. 50 gifted subs is nuts. I appreciate you, Evan. Evan's been around the whole time since the beginning. Yeah, I'll go to mute the notifications in a second. Yeah, maybe rude opponents are good for the stream after all. Need Harry for the clip. I'll play the clip too. Yeah, and then this is also going to be something I'm going to be messing with the sub notifications too this Sunday. Sunday.
Okay, he's revolutionized it. Look at him averaging 800 fucking viewers in the Magic the Gathering category. He's carrying us. He's got a fucking hitchhiking backpack. And he's literally
Sladnaz, thank you for your Twitch Prime subscription.
Here,
I don't want you to get lost in the madness.
Fucking 8 p.m. praying that Aspiring Spike isn't live because I know that he's carrying this fucking category. He's literally carrying us. Think about it. My guy has literally got the biggest fucking balls on him to carry the fuck out of this fucking category. Magic Line is dying because once you don't give a shit. But Aspiring Spike is doing his work. He's fucking doing it. He's doing it, bro. You don't even understand what he's done for us. Literally, my guy has revolutionized what the fuck we're doing. I fucking love him. People don't give him the respect that he deserves. Fucking respect Aspiring Spike. If you don't put him fucking respect to his name, I'm gonna slap you.
Thank you, Harry, for getting the energy back up as always. I love Harry so much. Harry's never live when I'm watching Twitch. I'm really sad about it because I haven't been able to tune in. Like, I've tuned in for like 1 or 2 streams since that stream, but Harry is just like never live when I'm watching Twitch. I miss joining the chats, miss hanging out with the guy. I love Harry. Yeah, that's Harry MTG, friend of the channel. Also been around, you know, really since the beginning. Always been a good hype man, not just during that clip. Yeah, I know that Harry's been streaming on the card market. Last time I talked to him, he said that he was going to be like, he's like fulfilling like that obligation and hasn't been able to, at least from what I understand, also stream from his regular account. But I hope that that changes because he's really good at what he does. Why did opponent discard the lightning bolt and the block Kroxa? They had 2 lightning bolts. Tim D, thank you for your subscription. Appreciate you as well. Don't want you guys to feel like you're getting lost in the crazy 50 gifted subs by Evan. It's absurd. Absurd. Yeah, they can't really afford to. Yeah, if they steal the fire, we get to Kroxa here. I'll dash first, I guess. Game's pretty over. Harry should make a cameo account. Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know if he could just turn it on, you know? Maybe he could. What value, dude? This deck has felt so... I can't remember the last time I've just been just absolutely crushing with a deck like I've been crushing with this one. This deck has been so good. I think this is how we sideboarded in this matchup. How did you guys like the discard my own Kroxa to Kolaghan's command play? I feel like that ended up being really good. I don't think it's going to be something you do that often. Yeah, I think this deck's better than blue-red at the moment. Yeah, you play snow lands over basic lands because you can hit a snow card off of Ragavan. It's probably not going to come up, but it might come up against specifically Enchantress where they play Anthonice, and they also have 2 creatures that probably won't block Ragavan. Yeah, 3 main deck Kolaghan's Command. Kolaghan's Command is just all of a sudden like a really good modern card again, I feel. It's been a while. It's been a while since I felt like Kolaghan's command is really good, but I think there's so many artifacts around right now. Like more artifacts than there's been since like Mox Opal got banned. What kind of strategy do you think this deck is weak to? I think you have a bad game one matchup against the food decks, but we have a lot of sideboard cards, so I think that matchup is like okay. I think we have an unfavorable burn matchup. Living End is tough, which is why we're playing 2 Void Mirrors and a Chalice in the sideboard, and some main deck Voidwalkers. Living End's not great. Yeah, Enchantress is a bad matchup, but we also keep beating it. But you of course, this is also Magic, right? You will lose good matchups and you'll win bad ones. Yeah, there's I think exclamation point Harry pulls up the clip, which is actually just part of like a much longer rant. Okay, how do you feel about keeping this hand on the draw against Jund? Mulliganing in this matchup is kind of eh. One thing I like about this hand is like we have 3 of our 5 discard spells in our opening hand, which is when they're good is in your opening hand, and you're not going to be drawing them later. Our hand is also pretty good against discard. I think we keep this on the draw. It's obviously not perfect, but I think it's keepable. What's the sideboard plan for food? You bring in the Alpine Moons, the Shattering Sprees, the Explosives, and I think you cut the... Sorry, hold on. I've kind of been like trying a few different things, but I think I've normally cut like Ragavans, Tourachs, some amount of discard. I usually want like 5 discard spells. I think it's different variants. I have like a different split of Inquisition and Kozilek, and I usually play like I think 5 1-mana removal spells too. I'm not sure if that's like a complete swap, but I've been trying different things. I haven't gotten to actually play the matchup as often as I would like to. I've only played the matchup like 3 or 4 times, but I think I'm like 2-1 against it. Ooh. Well, I'm super punished for not playing my Bauble first. I think we need to take Ragavan and hope that they miss on their land. They also need to draw green land, you know. We both kept 1 land Bauble hands. They're drawing an Inquisition. Red source would be so nice here. There we go. There we go. They're drawing Inquisition, so we get to start taking the game over with Monkey here. My born and raised in Texas. What accent has added the L sound and some vowels? Well, that might just be a speech impediment. I had classes when I was younger for my, you know, very minor speech impediment, but I was born and raised in Texas, yeah, but I live in, you know, the urban area of Texas, which has like a very similar accent to the rest of the country. It's an accent thing. Yeah, maybe it's just not something I notice, but that's you know, I am born and raised in Texas, yeah. Yeah, that southern drawl. My mom has like a really... My mom's from Tennessee, and like... she used to have like a more pronounced accent. But over time, like, it kind of went away. But whenever she's upset, which is very rare, my mom's a very kind and patient woman. But when she does get upset, it like really comes out. And my sister gets the same way. It's funny. But I don't think I do. Like, I honestly have no idea where my sister's like country accent when she's upset comes from. My wife talks on the phone with her family, the Texan accent comes out of voice. Yeah, that's like Vertigo, right? When you are on the phone with somebody you haven't talked to in a while and your like speech patterns have changed, you revert to your older speech patterns. The opponent's hand is Assassin's Trophy mystery card. We 5-0 for a second time today. We've only 5-0'd once today. We 5-0'd twice yesterday with this deck. Let's see, they have Bauble in their graveyard. They also have a Planeswalker. They also have a creature. They have instant. They have sorcery. I guess it doesn't matter too much what we choose to exile, besides just, you know, our like normal heuristics. Oh, let me actually leave a sorcery in the yard because we have an instant in our hand for delirium purposes. Could maybe have left creature, instant, and artifact, sorcery, instant, because we also have Kroxa for delirium. Their Goyf is bigger than Kroxa. It's a good draw by them. Yeah, that is true. Tarmogoyf is not heatable here. Tarmogoyf into Rin 6? Jeez. We draw a land, we get to like kill this and just drew another Kroxa. Wow. Dude, this would be a great comeback for them. We've also only drawn, I mean, they've also only drawn one land this game, but they really can't afford to like pay too much more life though to their lands. You should have exiled Bauble, so they have a Bauble in their graveyard pan, so exiling Bauble did not shrink Tarmogoyf. Kroxa attack K-Com, yeah. Although if they cast a spell here, they just lose. They put Lurrus in their hand. That's some insulation for sure. I might need to attack. Yeah, if we attack, we can get the Goyf off the board if we want to. I'm playing 22 lands. They discard Kroxa. Oh my gosh, that's just like their rips have been insane. Their rips have been absurd. I can't believe it. Swing and play for lethal. So they have spells in their hand that they can discard. So it's not, they don't, yeah, that wasn't a line. You have lethal next turn, go face with command and 2 Kroxa triggers. That's only if they don't have spells. We know they have one spell in the Lurrus to discard at least. I think 22 lands is a good number. I honestly see people playing less. I feel like this deck might play 21 lands. If it wasn't playing Lurrus, I tend to like to be a little more land heavy with Lurrus since you like always have that flood insurance. This is maybe greedy to fetch and shock here. Did not have a reds fetch? I guess not. How did you get Kroxa to stick with only 2 lands to play? I had treasure tokens from Ragavan. Do you think threat effects are ever constructed playable? Yeah, I do. I think that, you know, I don't think that you should ever have the mindset that a certain type of card is never going to be constructed playable. Those kind of heuristics are maybe helpful for like newer players, but tend to become unhelpful as time goes on. I didn't fetch this. I just naturally drew both swamps. Do I put Lurrus in my hand? I think so. I think I'll just put Lurrus in my hand and discard the swamp. I don't really feel like the swamp is doing very much for me. Yeah, we have 22 lands, Bauble, Darcy, Ragavan. It's fine. This has been an amazing comeback for our opponent. We were so ahead. It was crazy. They've drawn, like, just amazing. They're also just, you know, top deck Bolt away from being dead. If they don't draw spells, they die. Yeah, Goyf was very impressive this game, too. Red Source wins. Red Source only wins if my opponent does not have a spell to discard. And they will have a spell to discard in Ragavan. 9. Yeah, I think we still discard the swamp because we can go Lurrus Bauble. And if Goyf was 1 black, would we play in this deck? Yeah, absolutely. My top card was Lightning Bolts! Curse you, Ragavan. Oh, my top card was Lightning Bolt. Golly. Have they activated Rin? They have activated Rin in 6. What a game. This has been a really good game. Unearth wins! Unearth wins! Spike! You can unearth Kroxa! Kroxa only deals 3 damage, chat. It's not like Uro, it doesn't always deal 3 damage. It only deals 3 damage if they can't discard a spell and they have Ragavan. I think we have to cycle Unearth to try to draw Bolt, right? Yeah, it's our only line. It's Unholy Heat and not Bolt! Ah! What a game. Oh my gosh, what a game. That was one of the best games I've ever played. I just love to see a crazy comeback. Maybe I'll play the second explosives over the first Thoughtseize on the play. Yeah, Magic is a good game. Lurrus would have given 2 draws. We just died to the Ren and 6 ping. They just -1. That was a good game. Jun tier 0. Easy keep. Probably leading on Darcy. And if they play like Ragavan or their own Darcy, you can go Inquisition plus Heat. And then if they don't, we'll probably play Voidwalker, which means if they play Ren and 6 to kill Darcy, we can just attack the Ren. Yeah, they drew like they drew like runner, and we kind of, you know, missed. Games like that are really cool. Yeah, Doom's ahead on trophies, even though we've trophied 3. I've trophied like 4 or 5 times this week. I trophied on Sunday with Phoenix. I trophied on Monday with this deck. I don't know if I trophied. I don't think I trophied Tuesday, Wednesday. I trophied twice yesterday, once today. And I'm still behind, I think, 3 trophies. No, just behind 2 now. Doom has been killing it. I think the Fame is pretty good against Voidwalker, that's true. Oh, so we're talking about Claim to Fame. I was thinking Claim to Firstborn. Yeah, Unearthing Lurrus is like enough of a big reason to play it over Claim to Fame, in my opinion. It's like Unearthing Lurrus is a huge game. There's a lot of matchups where Lurrus like this, like they really revolve around Lurrus, and just being able to unearth it is often a game-winning play. What does Doom do all day? Just grind Moto? Or, I mean, Doom is another MTGO user who streams like me. And Doom has been playing a lot of the food decks, which have been trophying a lot. I mean, assuming Ragavan is banned in, like, this theoretical, you know, scenario that it's very unlikely to happen, but assuming that it is, I guess let's double Inquisition here. I would play just Dark Confidant over Ragavan and not lose the Lurrus. Land is probably pretty good. Yeah, the Voidwalker is like not very good against our hand. So I'll take Brutality, Voidwalker, attack for 1. How does the food deck beat me? I mean, is this like a theoretical question, or how does it beat my deck? I think they have a good matchup game 1. They were just like so hard to outgrind. But you can like sometimes win by like flying over with Darcy or draw like 2 Kolaghan's Command can be good against them. We have a ton of sideboard cards to beat them. Where can we fit Sliding Helix in this? In our worst version that we play when we need more content. Although it is true that surveilling Smiting Helix into the graveyard is pretty good, so you could maybe make it work in some different shell. Yeah, the food deck in general. I actually just wrote a deck guide for food in Modern. So you can maybe check out a CFB Pro article that's coming out soon, where I go into depth about the food decks. But in general, they make huge constructs with Urza Saga. They have Asma Zendikar to like control the board. They have Nettlesis and Urza to also kind of facilitate that beatdown game plan. Sometimes they play Feasting Troll King, but most people have been cutting them. What's up? I guess, yeah.
When are you gonna?
I don't know, maybe sometime. As soon as you throw it away, I'll need
you have a whole new one.
I said yes. I said yes. You could throw it away.
You have a whole new
I said
one.
yes. You can throw it away. It's fine. I love when you throw things away. Is a Spellbomb really worth a card versus making the discard? Yeah, we have Kroxa in our deck, and like this is worth. It's gonna be worth a card at some point. Ooh. Well, they're a ways away from escaping that. I guess that's not true if they just have 2 lands. The 2. I said, yeah. They haven't played their Catacombs yet. Yeah, they just get to escape next turn. Should I bolt them then? Their hand is Verdant Catacombs. I guess there's no reason to bolt them now. We can't get Delerium. Man, they do have to fetch Shock. They do have to fetch Shock. Catacombs Trophy, yeah. There's no way they trophy my Voidwalker here, right? That's not reasonable. They just escape Kroxa. Maybe trophy Voidwalker's good. They're gonna go for the Kroxa escape. I'm gonna bolt them. If we can somehow just like get Delerium, I'm pretty happy because they spellbombed us. We're pretty far away. No, this is not the Karth deck. This is a different deck. This is a Lurrus Gen deck that we're playing against. So we can draw like Mishra's Bauble and put a card type in the yard to advance towards Delerium. Are any cards void countered? Verdant Catacombs is. Have I tried DRC with Traverse Uvenwald? I haven't tried it. I kind of feel like Traverse is a little underpowered. Like Traverse used to be really good back when like Death Shadow was a much better threat than like every other threat in those decks. But now that that's just no longer the case, there's just a ton of great threats in these kind of decks now. I really just don't feel like that's a card you're super incentivized to get to play anymore, is Traverse. And then it's also like, but yes, both those cards say Delerium on them. It's also kind of awkward if you cast Traverse with Channeler in play. There's a card you want to see on top, you have to shuffle. Okay, so am I gonna Unholy Heat this Kroxa? Yeah, this is just... The downside is we take an extra point of damage, but if we hit a Bauble or a land, any land, we just kill the Kroxa here. We hit our own Kroxa, which we get to escape. And then attack for lethal on the backswing. Which is actually a card that punishes us for heating now. But yeah, if their last card is not a 1-mana removal spell, I guess they don't lose. They don't lose if their last card is any spell they can discard. Man, that was so close. They played a land. We win. We win. This was like the best match we've played today, I feel. That would have been so exciting to hit Delerium and kill the Kroxa, but this also, you know, winning the game's a bit better. Whenever you surveil Kroxa into the graveyard, it just feels like you're doing a really unfair thing. Yeah, this whole match was absurdly good. Yeah, I think that they shouldn't have attacked. I mean, they just shouldn't have. They would have died anyways because Strong to fetch land though. Great match. Great match. I think I should get Blood Crypt on turn 1, so that if I draw a Voidwalker, I can cast it on turn 2 without sacking a treasure. This is worse against, you know, red decks, but I think that's probably a good. This is probably a good habit to get into. Yeah, Shadow versus Burn is very fun too. Stoneblade versus Jund is like, whenever someone asks like, hey, what's like a fun 2 decks to build to play against each other, that's usually what I say is Stoneblade versus Jund. We played against Hardened Scales earlier. We did, and I think we've got a good matchup with all of our sideboard cards. And also Voidwalker is pretty nice against the modular. Exile a Power Depot. That's Thoughtseize. They have Stirrings, Animation Module, Ballista. Well, pretty easy Ballista. They also have Urza Saga. Pretty good here. Maybe they missequenced this. Like, I feel like they may play it. Maybe they should play Arcbound Worker. Oh, they found Power Conduit. So this allows them to remove counters from Urza Saga over and over again. It's really powerful. But Voidwalker is pretty good against their deck. Turning off Modular. So I guess we go Voidwalker, Lurrus in hand. You missed a free Bauble filter turn 1. What I was doing instead was playing around my opponent being a deck with discard spells. That might not be relevant, but because I felt like I wanted to fetch Blood Crypt turn 1 for Voidwalker, I waited to crack the Bauble until my opponent's turn to play around a possible discard spell. But that might not be the best way to play these kind of turns. They also could have. They're just like not letting. This is a weird line they're taking, not like making a Karnstruck this turn. I should have probably articulated that. I feel like that's maybe one of my biggest weaknesses as a streamer is I like gloss over a lot of like kind of technical lines that may not be like completely obvious why I'm taking that line. And there's like good habits to get into, so I'll try to be better about that, but you know, you can't be perfect. Not everybody's Yama Killer. That was not sarcastic. I love Yama Killer. They probably want to play around discard and conduit. Yeah, that might be the case. I just feel like they're too behind on board now. And with the second saga, I also feel like they don't need the power conduit plan to win this game. Yeah, I know that I'm thorough. I mean, I'm somewhat thorough in my thought process, but I know that I can be more thorough, you know. I really do feel like that I don't articulate as much as I could. They save their saga with power conduit, so for those of you who haven't seen it, they can remove a counter from any permanent, the permanent being the storybook counter from Saga, to either put a +1 counter on a creature, which is good in their deck, or put a charge counter on an artifact. But these are unblockable. They lost their ballista. They found a welding jar. Do we have any draws that just kill them? Kolaghan's command does, because we kill the construct, they welding jar, but regeneration taps. Yeah, so yeah, Kolaghan's command should be lethal. We have 3 Kolaghan's commands. I don't think anything else gets the job done. Lightning Bolt is damn close. We have a Bloodstained Mire on top. Only we could Voidwalker our own spells. It's lethal. I think we're. Oh, they're at 11? When did they lose that 1 life? I thought that they were at 12. Yeah, it's lethal. I thought they were at 12. Did they? Okay, yeah. Sorry. Forgive me, I'm an Archmage's Charm gamer. I like to cast Archmage's Charm and counterspell. I'm not used to this whole creature combat. I don't know why I thought they were at 12. Winning game 1 puts us in good position, because if you look at our sideboard, we're really geared to beat these decks. It's also really nice to see Saga game 1, because some of these Scales variants aren't playing it. That might just be Copium, where they're like, I don't need Saga. Saga's $50, I don't need to buy it. It's actually better without Saga, but I think that that's probably not the case. Yeah, let me double check, because I know that I took a screenshot. What's different here? 4 Inquisition, 2 Ragavan. Oh, what's different is in this screenshot that I thought looked so good, I forgot to bring in the extra Unholy Heat. I'm like, wow, this looks great. I guess I'll just cut the Ragavan, but I feel like the Unholy Heat's better than Ragavan. Ragavan gets blocked pretty easily, especially on the draw. Yeah, I got new camera, new webcam, new PC, new modem router, new like Ethernet line wired out here. You have Sideboard guides for this in Blue Red Discord? No, this deck's still like pretty new. I've been really slacking on the Sideboard guides because of just how busy I've been with like getting the stream up and running with so many crashes, and then with my new CFB responsibilities, and then also like, Horizons 2 is just inherently a busier time. But I do plan to, once things get like more settled, work on that. But also like this Sunday when I like would be working on that kind of stuff, I need to be dedicating towards like production stuff where I want to be working on like getting the donation deck stuff worked on. Like I want to get some more of a stream layout set up. I'm gonna keep this. I think I'll put back Inquisition. No, I'll put back second burn spell here. I'm gonna get more of a stream layout set up, and then we go Inquisition on turn 1, and then I just turn Darcy Bolt theoretically. And then there's a few other like just like quality of life stuff I need to work on Sunday. I'm also recording. I usually record my channel Fireball video on Sunday too. Just busy. They have 2 ballistas. Should we take the Dismember? I think so. Yeah, working on setup's definitely fun. I honestly really feel like I need a break though, but I'll take a break and like I have a long weekend scheduled for next month. Maybe I'll take like 1 day off before then or something, but can't really afford to let up too much right now. But I do have I've taken some weekends off before, but as far as like the weekday streams, and the entire time I've been streaming, I've taken one of those days off, and that was for a wedding. And then me and my friends have a long weekend camping trip planned next month, and so that'll be like the second like weekday I ever take off. We're up to Oklahoma. I can't remember which. We have like 2 or 3 parks we're settled on, but I have been to some Oklahoma State parks. They are nice. Yeah, no hashtag no days off. Hustle, grind, maximize. What was the brand commands? Is it just exclamation point brand? I think it is. This one was good. Yeah. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to optimize your concurrent viewership across media platforms to maximize the gained incremental monetization of different consumer category bases. That one's really good. Exactly how I feel. Okay, yeah, I was pretty happy with this exchange, I think. Yeah, Hex Parasite also works similarly to Conduit. It's also nice that you can tutor Saga with Parasite, but you can't tutor Saga. Sorry, you can tutor Parasite with Saga, but you can't tutor Parasite with Saga, put it into play, then remove the counter because the Saga's already in the graveyard. That's crazy. I didn't know Oregon ever got that hot. That's crazy. It never gets. Oh, it's been 110 in Texas like maybe twice in my entire life. It's really rare that it gets that hot here. Good luck to you. Would I shatter their land? Yeah. Would I? Could I? I guess that's what we're gonna do this turn. Bolt Zabaz. Just blow up all their artifacts. Maybe it's better to just get their last card out of their hand, actually. The Shattering Spree isn't going anywhere. I hope. I hope. Did your Nexus... I guess they get to modular the Nexus onto the... Or modular onto the Nexus. Maybe this is bad. This also lets us escape Kroxa next turn. I think it's fine. Yeah, you can always type exclamation point deck in the chat and get the deck list. So Inkmoth Nexus is not an artifact unless it's animated. So if we replicate it a fourth time, it wouldn't accomplish the goal of killing Nexus. Yeah, you have to declare the target soul at once. They have Hardened Scales on top, which is a bit of a brick. Yeah, this deck has been crazy good. We were 10-0 with it yesterday. We are currently 11-1 with it today. We were 15-5, or I can't remember. I think we were 15-5 before yesterday, so 25-5 after yesterday. Now we're 36-6. So they're gonna hold the scales to discard to Kroxa. But Lightning Bolt for the Nexus is gonna be maybe game. I think it's better to Lurrus than it is to Bolt than to Kroxa. Gotta beat Doomwick, yeah, maybe. Which other decks felt like bad matchups? I think we're not favored against Burn. We're not favored against Enchantress or Living End. But we got sideboard cards for Living End at least. Alright, that's game. With the other Kroxa in our hand. Yeah, and still behind Doom for now. For now. Although I don't know if I can play another league today. I've got a friend who's visiting us. We can try. Turn 2 Voidwalker on the play is usually good, but on the draw it's usually too slow. How many wins against Amulet? I've only played against Amulet like 2 or 3 times, but I don't think I've lost to it with this deck yet. But I also don't like have the audacity to believe that that's a good matchup. Maybe should I Darcy Bauble here? I think I will. I think I really want to hit my second land. Yeah, Living End I think is a very good deck. And we're playing, 2 Void Mirrors and a Chalice as like sideboard cards against that deck. Is this the mirror? That looks like the mirror. White Chalice? Use Chalice on 0 against Living End. Or the Rhinos deck, or the Warp World deck. Yeah, DRC has been affectionately dubbed Darcy. I don't think I've played the mirror yet. We're probably about 50-50 in the matchup. Oh, it's Jund again. Jund's Shadow. I think I need to take both their threats. I haven't played this matchup yet. Is Chalice better than Void Mirrors? So we're playing a split. So the idea behind playing the split of 2 Void Mirrors, 1 Chalice, is that you don't want to draw 2 Chalices against them, because if you have both in your opening hand, you can play the first one, but the second one gets countered by the first Chalice, and that's very bad against them having access to, Brazen Borrower, the green Evoke Disenchant guy. They have ways to remove these cards. But if you have Void Mirror and Chalice, usually you'll play the Chalice first, then you can cast Void Mirror. Void Mirror is also good against Etron, of course. But Void Mirrors are better to draw in multiples, so I think this is a good split we have. It's kind of, obviously like a little corner case, and that theory could also even be wrong. Like the 0 mana on Chalice just might matter so much, but I don't even think I've drawn Void Mirror. No, sorry. I tutored up Void Mirror against Tron earlier today after getting to Voidwalker their Karn. I forgot about that. They play Force of Vigor. Yeah, I feel like Force of Vigor is like a little inconsistent in their deck, but Void Mirror is also good against Force of Vigor. You slide out some Baubles when putting Chalice and Mirror in. Maybe I should. I really haven't played against, since I added the Void Mirrors. I think I've only played against the deck like 1 time. I did have, but I did have 2 Chalices though. I did do the thing we just talked about where I drew 2 Chalices against Living In, and then like this needs to be a split, and so that's kind of when I needed to upkeep Bauble. That's when I decided on the split. Endurance feels like a great main deck card. I think I might agree. Endurance is really good. It's a bold attack. This means they either have a removal spell or another creature as their last card in their hand. Guess it's removal spell. Their top card is Inquisition. It has to be removal spell, right? Why would you ever make this attack? I don't know why they wouldn't just kill it. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Alright, so we get to go Voidwalker. Oh, they also forgot about Lurrus. Don't ever forget about Lurrus, chat. Unholy Heat is just so absurd. You can both play Monkey Dash with Lurrus and kick Tourach with Lurrus in this deck. What are my thoughts about Tourach? I like the card a lot. Like Tourach specifically is like a solid 4-mana creature that you can play in these like Lurrus mid-range decks, which is a big deal. Getting to play a good 4-mana creature in your Lurrus deck, like, you know, I think that's about all it is. But that's like, as long as like Lurrus Bauble decks are good, Tourach fits in really well in my opinion. And okay, thank you for your tier 1 subscription. Appreciate you, buddy. Hope you're having a good day today. Let me get some water real quick. Back. Well, I should be able to stream a little later than I expected to today. My friend who's visiting us is gonna be late, so I should have time for a second or a 4th league after this. I think we need to keep this on the draw against Jund Shadow. I will say that Heat is probably worse than is probably worse than Push in this matchup. To make the hand card box slightly smaller. Everybody feel this way. Laser Speed, thank you for your Twitch Prime subscription. Appreciate you. You get Bob is like, you know, is a good card in this deck. I would recommend playing Voidwalker instead. Especially, like, one really nice thing is this card is like good against the food decks, good against Titan. I mean, Bob's not bad against Titan, but I think this card it kind of like helps a lot in your bad matchups. And then what's also nice about Voidwalker is that you don't have to play any graveyard hate in your sideboard, and that really opens up your sideboard to play cards like Void Mirror, Chalice of the Void, all these Shattering Sprees, which just like you really can't fit in if you don't play these mini cards. Should we dash the monkey? I feel like my opponent has a removal spell, but I don't really want to just like keep sinking the mana into the monkey. They didn't kill it. We know that they have a Darcy on top. Yeah, Void Tribal. We have instant creature artifacts in our graveyard, so we need a sorcery or a land to have Delerium. Terminates. Why would you play Terminate when Unholy Heat exists? They put a card on top. We get to go sorcery into the graveyard. Kill this. It's possible that like Ragavan's a bit better than Voidwalker here, but with like them having like all these big creatures, I think I'd rather have the Voidwalker. Are the snowlands just for monkey? Yeah. If you had a snow card with monkey, you're gonna wish you had snowlands, and it's not gonna matter until it matters. But when it does matter, you'll be happy that you're including the snowlands. I think. I want to cast Darcy here. I'm not sure. I think I'm just gonna go. You discard a card, return Ragavan, see what they discard. And if they discard like, you know, Tarmogoyf, I'll probably just cast Tarmogoyf. Discard Death Shadow. Okay. How do snowlands benefit Ragavan? If you steal a snow permanent with Ragavan, you'll have the snow basics to play for Ice Fang or Aunt the Nice or whatever. It's not gonna almost ever happen, but there's people just aren't playing the snow destruction land, so this is an upgrade, even though it's like an incredibly small upgrade. So they have Lurrus. I guess I probably should have thought a bit more, but I think I'm not going to cast the second Kolaghan's command because I don't have another creature to return. I'm just going to put my own Lurrus into my hand. Yeah. People bring in Break the Ice against you. I agree that you're probably just okay with that. Not that big a deal. And if you like really want to play your cool swamps, I encourage you to do that. Also, I should say it's not gonna be if you like really have nice swamps and mountains you want to play. I just play those, you know. I would say like your enjoyment of the basic lands you're playing is probably higher EV than the very small chance that you will steal a snow permanent with Ragavan and have it matter. And then we can kill Lurrus with Kolaghan's command, and if they can't kill my Voidwalker, we get to Castle Locthwain. Could also play a Shadow off this. Sub-McKinnon didn't make any other basics. I can only have 2 swamps max. Yeah, I have one of the sub swamps. I just have one, but it's so nice. They play Lurrus off of Bauble. They target me. So let me respond to this, because if they draw a 1-mana removal spell off of Lurrus, it's a pretty big problem. Yeah, this is just till the end of the turn, so like, if they draw a 1-mana removal spell and they kill my Voidwalker before my main phase, I still get to cast Lurrus. But if they draw it here, they draw Lightning Bolt, they kill my Voidwalker, then it's a problem. They discarded a Tarmogoyf. So let me, I think I just want to cash this in for a Lurrus. Maybe, I don't know, maybe this is... No, Lurrus is just like, it's just the best card in the matchup. I know I could have maybe just like attacked for 3, but... I feel like we can lose the game if we attack for 3 and they draw like explosives. I guess explosives is bad. They draw removal. I feel like if we do this, we just can't lose the game. Yeah, we can also cast the other Voidwalker from the graveyard. It's true. Could do that next turn. They're drawing a Scourge of the Skyclaves next turn. Bold attack. Oops, all threats over there. I like starting with this. If their last card is just a land, they lose. It was a Kroxa. Put our opponent down to 2 by casting Kroxa, casting Voidwalker, or attacking with Voidwalker. 2 is still not 0 though, unfortunately. We know that they're drawing Scourge of the Skyclaves next turn. So we probably don't need to think too much about this. Yeah, we just know they're drawing Scourge, so. Yeah, we'll just cast a second Voidwalker, attack with Voidwalker, leave back blockers. I think we're gonna be 4-0 again. This is crazy. We trophied 2 leagues in a row yesterday. We did lose 1 match today. But we are currently 13-1. Yesterday we were 10-0. It's absurd. Let's get a prediction in. We get trophy back-to-back trophies again. Doom is maybe sweating a bit. I can't remember the last time I was just winning this. This is an absurd amount of winning. Deck may be too good, yeah. Maybe I'll finally get Lurrus banned and we can start playing other cards. We'll think about it some more. I like the suggestion a lot. Good suggestion. I feel like we probably keep this hand. Obviously a little land heavy. And then if Lightning Bolt's not good in the matchup, this is... Oh no, our Nemesis, Mono Blue Tron. Hopefully this is just an Urza Saga deck. With Expedition Map. Why Shattering Spree over Shatterstorm? It's really relevant to be able to cast Shattering Spree on turn 1 against specifically the card Underworld Cookbook on turn 1. It's really relevant to be able to like destroy Cookbook before they can discard and get their engine going. It's also like just like sometimes like it's just turn 4 is too slow against Affinity. Second Expedition map and Emrakul the Promised End. I guess I'm taking Emrakul. I feel like the map just doesn't matter. Druidtron piece. Hopefully we hit Karn, the great creator here. Hold shot one time. Yeah, Voidwalker's probably good in this matchup. You probably have a fine matchup. I'll play my usual Archmage Charm piles that can never beat Mono Bluetron. What about Vandalblast then? Vandalblast is so much worse than Shattering Spree in my opinion. It's like it has to be turn 5 and they have to have like, I mean, I guess we have some black sources, but it's, I don't know. Like Shattering Spree is good on turns 1, 2, 3, and 4, and Vandalblast is good on turns 1 and 5, and not very good in between usually. Vandalblast is good. Like, I mean, I guess I should maybe clarify. I've been playing Vandalblast in some of these decks. Wait, what? They got another power plant? They got another power plant. They got it. What the hell? Yeah, Vandalblast also doesn't beat Chalice on 1. That's true. But like, if you don't have a lot of red sources, Vandalblast is a good option. I'm not trying to deny that. Okay, we've been winning a lot, but we've had some questionable plays from opponents. We've had some questionable plays from our opponents. I will freely admit that. No, never mind, we lose. Shark Typhoon, never beating that. Also, why wouldn't they try to block the Ragavan? I think I'm going to value the extra mana from the treasures more than the scry with the Lurrus. Their top card is another expedition map. I actually can't believe they got the second power plants. That's like a 1 in a year brain fart, you know? That's just a, you know, an oopsie that you make once in a year, and we were just like, I think, lucky enough to be on the receiving end here. Kroxa is also just an absurdly good draw. I go Kroxa, cast Kroxa, escape Kroxa. I'll cast Kroxa off Lurrus, Kroxa, the 1 mana short after the bolt. I think we'll be okay. I think about Braver Shattering Spree. You really, and I cannot stress this enough. Anti-artifact hate like a Braid, anti-artifact hate like I don't think I'm on Thirst for Knowledge. Anti-artifact hate like a Braid, Wear Tear to some degree, although Wear Tear is better because you can hit artifacts. You need your anti-artifact cards to hit lots of artifacts. I can't stress how important that is right now. Two mana 1-for-1s are just not cutting it against the Saga decks. I just really can. Oh, they're dead, sorry. Yeah, I could just not stress enough how important it is to have your anti-artifact hate be able to kill many artifacts. Plus, Kroxa with Lurrus is lethal. It is still lethal here. We just did it. I think Vandalblast, yeah, Vandalblast is good, but like it does have the issue of being stopped by Chalice of the Void. If you like, so it's harder to bring against Etron. It's like what says lol, really. It's harder to bring in against Etron, and it's also like in a deck like this that can play Graven Cairns and also just has mostly red sources. Shattering Spree's been so impressive. This is one of the best sideboard cards in Modern, and a big reason to play red black over Mardu, I think. Not that like a white splash would be difficult, but Shattering Spree is great at the moment. I think Hurkyl's Recall is good too. It's possible like if you're playing Snapcaster, you would want to play Recall instead. I haven't really tried it yet. in like this current metagame. But I feel like if you have a lot of red sources, if your deck has like, you know, maybe like 3-4 non-red sources, or it can just split cairns, so like I think for each cairns you're supposed to like take off a black source, or maybe like half a black source. Then you should play Shattering Spree. Shattering Spree has been so impressive to me. I'm probably going to bring in a couple copies in this matchup. Maybe like 3. Got a Lightning Bolt. Don't think I'm bringing Void Mirror. Oh, I'm bringing Alpine Moon, sorry. Forgot about Alpine Moon. Yeah, the doubters have been just like... I can't remember exactly what happened on the last league, but our we were playing for 5-0 against Burn, and they made like 2 really big mistakes, and the doubters have just got to be in shambles here. I think we can keep this. Turn 1 Ragavan is just so strong against them. I think I'm gonna thin a bit. Could be not great, doesn't really matter that much. You think I'm winning with Dauthi or despite it? Dauthi's good in the deck. I think Dauthi's good. And like Dauthi is like, it's, I kind of think that I would encourage you to think about it like you need to play Graveyard Hate in your 75 in this metagame. If you play Dauthi in the main deck, all of a sudden you're getting to not have to devote 3 or 4 sideboard cards to your Graveyard Hate, which really makes your deck better overall and more flexible. Didn't play great around Condescend, but I think getting the Tourach in play and having a bit more pressure is good. It's like really good if the Thoughtseize gets to resolve here, trigger the Tourach. I might just cast Voidwalker to play around another counterspell. They did put a card on bottom and a card on top. Voidwalker is good against some of their things too, if like we get to kick next turn. I also cast Thirst for Knowledge. I kind of want to cast Thirst. I feel like this is fine. This maybe gets a counterspell out of their hand. Although this play is actually really bad against Remand. This play is really bad against Remand. Could like remand the spec to their hand. Just fine with this deck when I submitted the wrong version and awful mana base with 13 sideboard cards. Yeah, this deck has been cracked. Voidwalker at Typhoon, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, Remand great against Ragavan. It's kind of funny. Tourach very good against Thirst for Knowledge. They discarded the Ursus Power Plant this time instead of tutoring for it. Maybe we could find Alpine Moon or Thoughtseize here. That would be our 2 best finds. We have 3 looks. Just another monkey. They do have Tron. Wormcoil beatable? Maybe. Probably not. That helps. We get to go Voidwalker, Thoughtseize. Trigger Tourach. They have 2 Karn the Great Creators and another Wormcoil. I guess we have to take a Wormcoil. I don't really feel great about this. Yeah, we've got Shattering Spree actually just like, yeah, yeets Wormcoil with the Voidwalker. It's true. So I guess we could double block. We have like redundant copies of these legends here. How do you feel about a double block? Taking Karn and Wormcoil back to the hand. That's true. They probably just get Ballista. I'm glad that they're doing this first before I could like choose to block, but they may be just leaving their Wormcoil back. Keep Tourach, keep Doji one. Yeah, I'm aware of the line. They do get Ballista. This is a 3/3 Ballista, which can kill Ragavan and Voidwalker. Or just Voidwalker, and then keep the Ballista maybe. But yeah, we probably need to draw like Kolaghan's Command or Shattering Spree this turn. We have like 6 good draws. I mean, maybe they'll just like punt and kill my Ragavan here. Alright, didn't hit one of our good draws. We do get to make them Hellbent and then throw our Tourach, but we're probably gonna have to go to game 3. Maybe one of the biggest Tourachs I've had. Oh no, I think I had a really big one against Living End one time. There's just like really no reason for them to Ballista then, right? Just wait to see what you draw. There's just no reason to use the Ballista there. A flower? No, that's not a flower. Was that a beer mug?
It's from my 21st.
Oh, you found it?
It says 21 and legal.
This is also not an island for them, unfortunately for us. I mean, yeah, Shattering Spree I don't even think is getting the job done at this point. Where were you last turn? I don't know, actually, hold on. Go to black mana. Shattering Spree this. I don't want to play my mountain and have it die to the Sundering Titan. I guess they get to sack their Blast Zone though. Do this. You wish that Spree was Bifrost, yeah. Maybe. Maybe I did need to like no, if I do that too, I can't kill a Karn. They sack their Blast Zone, and we need them to like we need to draw perfectly. We need them to like just not draw any spells for the rest of the game. But we also have, you know, game 3 on the play. So we'll draw Kolaghan's Command here. I guess I'll look at my top card. If there's Kolaghan's Command, I get to attack. If not, I have to. It's Inquisition of Kozilek. Maybe I should just be conceding. Alright, let's go to game 3. I think I like our configuration. You can play the 4th Shattering Spree over the first Bolt. I think I like the first Bolt more. No, Void Mirror is not good against them. They have a lot of colored mana to cast their spells with. Oh, I really thought I almost clicked Mulligan. They're drawing Expedition Map, which we'll probably see cast on turn 1. That's not a bad draw. Something to do next turn. Maybe I should cast Ragavan so I can kick Tourach next turn. Yeah, I feel like this is better than casting the Voidwalker. Kicking Tourach's like maybe how we like disrupt their Tron. If they don't have Tron, this is also like pretty good for us. Ragavan's so good against them. Does E-Tron have a good matchup against their deck? I don't know, maybe. Maybe. I've definitely lost enough to E-Tron to respect the deck. So here I'm going to want to try to play around a counterspell. Guess we top Ragavan, but I'm topping Ragavan so I can put it into the graveyard with Darcy and get Delerium here and kill their map. But I want to make sure I can just like get Delerium for sure. Voidwalker's main is that good. It's more of like a kind of overall like it's kind of like we're main decking our sideboard cards, but Voidwalker's like really never that bad, and I like the card, but I feel like people are maybe reading too much into it. I don't know. Alright, do I go for Tourach here? I feel like I would probably have to, since just like letting them thirst for knowledge this turn is so bad. But this is probably getting countered. They didn't let the Tourach be in play this time. Yeah, Voidwalker plus Shattering Spree does beat Worm Coil, which is pretty cool. Could do before damage. I kind of wanted to see if they would like tap some mana to stop the Channeler here. And like open me up to get the Tourach. They play Academy Ruins. Bauble. Graveyard. See what they're drawing. Engineered Explosives. So I guess I don't want to play this Voidwalker into EE on 2. Oh, they can't EE on 2 though. Because they're mono blue. So I'll definitely play the Voidwalker then. Notably, if they have Remand, we can't replay it though. Because we have the Mountain here. So maybe we could have tried to play around it. We'd be Condescend here. Yeah, they're gonna put Expedition Map on top. Seems like game. I guess they do get to have 5 mana post Tron. But we're attacking for lethal, and so they have 5 mana, but they can't Karn for anything. They could play Ballista, kill my Voidwalker, but we just not nothing, I guess. I did side out most of my bolts, so. Oh, they have Blast Zone, but they don't have Tron, so they can't Blast Zone. I'm gonna cast Thoughtseize, but they must have Warping Whale. They have to have Warping Whale. All right, I'll keep the haste creature on top for next turn. No, they just put themselves dead on board. We can Voidwalker Emrakul here. Yeah, my opponent I think thinks that they have Tron and they just don't have it. My opponent just doesn't have Tron. What's happening? Okay. Back-to-back 5-0s again. Again. We did this yesterday, did it again today. Doubters should probably reconsider their position. Also, we played against some sketchy opponents. I'll freely admit that. Funny after beating Tron. Ariak champion. Nice pull. Stormwing. Yeah, doubters are due for a win, maybe. Now we're just 1 trophy behind Doom. Okay, but we need to. I do want to play another league with this.